us through that winning field goal. What was going through your mind as last when you were running out onto the field?
I guess not much, actually. I guess in any position, you just kind of, it's like you practice it so much, it's now subconscious, so you don't think about it. You don't want to overthink about it. So all I did was say, I told myself, like, I'm just going to go at it 100%. Whatever happens, happens. If I make it or if I miss it, I'll be able to look at myself in the mirror the next day, because I know I didn't hold anything back and I left it out there on the field for my teammates. So I just knew, in any situation, like in any kick, it's the same thing. I just know that I'm going to go out there 100%, and whatever happens, happens. I just know that I wouldn't have left anything out there on the field.
It was good right away.
Yeah, it felt good coming off the foot. No high up on the ankle, banking off the upright. No toe digging into the ground. It just felt clean, and just look up, see the ball fly. I knew it was good before the refs called it. Started celebrating with my teammates, and yeah.
You've done that before with the game-winning kick, but never in that environment against that kind of opponent. What was that? The aftermath of that,
I guess that was definitely special. I mean, that was the first time. I guess it was the all or nothing situation, because if we miss it, we lose. There's no overtime. We're not going to overtime, or like it had to be a make for the win. So I'd say that was different. That was definitely special about that. But I'd say, like, it was just the same. It was the same process, though, over and over again. It's the same going out every time, and I think that it was just a little bit more special, just being in that hostile environment, and that it had to be for the win.
Is that especially the case because you wanted to pay off what your defense had just done previous to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys wanted anybody else here but me. I would put everybody else up here first, because I had made some costly mistakes in the game early on, especially, and it was just all the offensive guys, the defensive guys, everybody, like, making plays on special teams all around me, and I would put any of the other guys up here before myself, because they were balling out all game, and they were the ones that at least gave me the next or the last opportunity to be able to redeem myself and, like, come through for them. But I would put any of those guys up here before myself.
Chris, a lot of people have talked about Coach Narduzzi obviously giving you the kiss on the sidelines after the missed extra point, and then it looked like before coming out for the last field goal that James Conner pulled you aside to give you a couple of words of encouragement before the field goal. Do you remember what he said to you at all before that?
James, it was just like, we believe in you. Let's go make this happen. It was just real short, sweet. There's nothing to it. It wasn't worried really about me. Like, he knew I could do it as well, and it was just like, let's get this done.
Is that when your teammates do say that stuff to you, does that put any more pressure on you? Do you feel like, does that help calm you down or anything?
No, I mean, it's in some cases I'd say it's like, I just know that they have confidence in me, and any sort of pressure is what I allow myself to feel. So anything outside of that doesn't matter, because it's just me out there, and there's it's all the pressure that I would put on myself. So I wouldn't say there's anything extra that was put on me or anything taken off.
Chris, I heard you had a hard time getting off the field after the game because your fan club was out there. What was that like in the aftermath of the game?
I mean, it was fun. Definitely the atmosphere was great. It took me a while to finally be able to see my parents after that, but I'd say it was definitely fun. Definitely enjoying the moment with all the fans, because there were actually a lot of fans that came to travel to that game, which normally, I mean, traveling a long way like that, you hear a bunch of people are saying the story, like how they drove so many hours to get there, like how special it was, and just being able to share that moment with so many fans who came down there to support us was definitely special.
What was it like getting to meet your parents after the game?
It was. It just felt great. I had seen them. I had some friends who actually go to Clemson, and their parents came, and my Aunt Patty, who I have to thank, because she has only come to 3 games, and all 3 of the games were game winners, with Georgia Tech last year, Syracuse the week after, and I told her, specifically after that year, that she had to come back for the Clemson game, because she was good luck, and it happened to work out. But I'd say seeing my parents after all that, just seeing the look on their faces, just being so happy, it was just a special moment.
What's the most memorable thing that's happened to you, Chris, or that you've encountered in these couple days here after making that kick and becoming, I don't want to say necessarily a celebrity, but somebody who's on a national stage and made a big play?
I mean, there's just a lot of people coming out giving you messages, saying like great job, like a bunch of friends from back home. But I mean, it's the same thing. I guess Coach was saying it's not anything like, I guess, too ridiculous, because it's just we're going through the same process, win or lose. I don't think anything has been really out there ridiculous. I guess this is like only like my third interview, so it hasn't been like, I don't know, anything ridiculous. I just can't say that. No.
Is your aunt coming in? Shouldn't your aunt be at every game now? I mean, based on that.
She should. I don't know how her schedule works out with all of it and traveling, but she definitely can make the trip because she only lives down there in Athens, Georgia. So she definitely made that trip. I made her. So, but if we can get her out to any other games, she's definitely coming.
Chris, are you ever on social media? Ever do you venture into those waters?
I only have a Facebook, and I barely use that. I only like something every couple months just so people know that I didn't fall off the face of the earth. But other than that, I mean, I don't have Twitter, Instagram, or anything. I mean, I only use Facebook to say happy birthday.
Look, your last name is unique considering what you do on the football field. I mean, it sort of leads to people, oh, it's the kid. If you miss one, oh, the kid Blewitt or whatever. I mean, is that ever, I mean, I guess, are you ever aware of sort of the dichotomy of, you know, I guess, that people can have if you, I mean, because obviously I went on social media after the game and, you know, people were deleting puns left and right because you made it. So.
I mean, I don't know. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's always fun to be able to shut people up, I guess. In any position, any field, you always like going into a hostile environment and just being able to silence the crowd. It's not anything added specifically for me or my name. It's just that mentality. I would say maybe at first I really liked the thought of like being able to shut people up, but it wasn't anything like I didn't expect myself to do.
When you travel, do you watch film of like other kickers, or you sort of wait till you get out there and you're kicking and sort of make a decision on for a comfort level or whatever?
Or like watching other kickers to like see like how the ball's traveling, or
you know, we talk about how conditions are at Heinz Field, and you have to sort of kind of be in those conditions to sort of get used to it, or can you learn anything? Because NC State had a chance to win down there earlier this year, and their kid missed one that was, I mean, hard for me to do, but if I was giving an NC kicker, it was not a difficult kick. I'm just curious, does that ever enter in your mind in this sort of situation?
no, I mean, it's because it's the same process going out there every game. I mean, every day would be a different day, and you go out there and you test, like, it's not what the other kicker's doing, it's what I'm doing. So it's whatever I'm doing, warming up, practicing, preparing myself, testing out distances, seeing how the ball's traveling each way. And it's just the same thing at any field, even at Heinz. So it's just the same thing every day. You go out there, you warm up, you see where the ball's flying, and see how I'm performing, and I just test out the distances, the ranges for anything that would come down to any sort of last-second situation or crunch time. Tell coach, you give him a heads up, you see where we're comfortable with, how the ball's flying each direction, and it's just each game and every day it's different that you prepare for. So I wouldn't say I had to like go see any or to go talk to the other team, ask their kickers like what's going on, because either way I'd have to be the one to test that out for myself.
Chris,
You got kissed by a lot of coaches after misses.
Or what?
You got kissed by a lot of coaches after misses.
No, I mean, I'd say that's definitely a first in my memory. I do appreciate the message, but the gesture caught me off guard, and I really wasn't expecting that. I knew he saw I was visibly upset. I mean, of course, any sort of unfortunate play that doesn't go your way. I mean, of course, I'm upset for a couple minutes afterwards, but I know same thing. I'm gonna have to go back out there later. There's no reason to dwell on it because my team will still need me. later down the road because the game's not over.
What's your thought process like on the sideline after a miss like that? I mean, because you're kind of by yourself. I mean,
It's just kind of just thinking about like where I felt it on my foot, like what happened, like what went wrong. Is it like what can I do to fix it now? Like any slight adjustment, like what exactly did I do to try to not do that again? So I definitely could feel that. I could see where it happened, and then I started taking a couple of the reps into the net, and I'm starting to get the feel of the ball off my foot again. So just being able to correct it, I guess, or just going back to be able to identify what it was to try not repeat that.
anything final for Chris?
Your kick, caused a lot of repercussions around the country with people speculating college football player. What's it like to see these guys on TV talking about that game, that upset, and saying, yeah, I did that?
I mean, it's definitely fun. I wouldn't say I did it. I mean, I'd say our team definitely came through. I'd say everybody else on the team more than myself. They had to pick up some slack for some mistakes that I made, and I'm definitely grateful for them for giving me another opportunity. And I wouldn't, because I mean, even on that field goal, I was the last person to do their part. You have the entire line just knowing they're about to get absolutely destroyed, and just being able to stand in there and take it, Pat snapping a perfect ball, Ryan getting the ball down, and then I was just the 11th person in that process. But I mean, I wouldn't say it was me, but it's definitely fun and exciting, or an exciting win for us. And seeing some of the things like shaking up, it's definitely fun. But I wouldn't say that I would claim that I did this or anything, because I know I haven't, or I wasn't the only person to play that game. I know there's everybody else on both sides who really balled out and did their parts.